Yo, what is up guys, it's me, Ashley's Gaming, back with another video, and this is a good one. It is the top 10 best must-haves in Dofus to make your playtime, your life a lot better. It makes it a lot easier. These are like the key things that just gonna make you run the game smooth, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's go straight into this video after you hit me up with a follow on my Twitter and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. I post on my Twitter whenever I go live stream and when a new video drops. So, alright, number 1 is a must-have. It's the GPS mount. So, I always have the GPS mount in my hotbar, which we'll go over in a second because that's actually one of the points as well. Having a GPS mount is so much, like, it's a game changer. The moment they brought this into the game, I immediately bought it. I think I bought it on maybe 4 of my characters. It helps you so much when you do questing. Like, especially if you go quest in areas like this, around Brakmar, the magmatic steps, or like big areas where you have to go run around. You can pretty much go auto run, and I'll show you guys a quick shortcut how you can actually do that. So, first of all, let's go over where you can buy it. Obviously, you can buy it in the shop. So yeah, it's under services. It's the globally pre-sentient potion for mounts. And I think you have one for Petsmount as well. Yeah, so here it's one for Petsmount. So, personally, for my main, I have it for a Petsmount. I just use something random, in this case the Carmelian. And I just put it on there. And yeah, basically what you do is you buy the potion and you just feed it to your mount. Will get the globally pre-sentient state. Once you equip your mount, or pet's mount in this case, you can just go to the map. And let's say I want to go to the Solar Tower dungeon. Now, so for those of you who know, this whole area is kind of like a maze. But if you go to the map, you can hold control and then click on the map where you want to go, and look at the blue line. Like, this is like a whole maze, and now you can just go to the toilet or watch a YouTube video in the meantime, and your character is just gonna run there. And yeah, it's just so much easier. You can just click to cancel it, and it's just gonna make your life a lot easier. So then we go straight into number 2. That's gonna like really combine these two to make your life super easy when you go questing, and that is being married. In my case, I'm married to my craw. So let's say you're questing and you know that you have to go back and forth to different places or different NPCs. You can put one of your characters at the NPC or the place where you have to go back and forth to. Then you can do the questing, and instead of running with the GPS mount, you can just teleport to your alt character. So yeah, that's number 2. Really advising people to do that if you're playing with your own team. If you want to get married, all you need is a wedding ring. You can buy it in the jewelry market. And then you go to the church at 6-3, talk to the NPC, and you can get married. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple. So for number 3, I'm gonna talk about the hotbar over here at the bottom. Obviously, you guys know the spell bars. But yeah, you can also put items in it. So what you do is basically simply drag an item from your inventory and you can put it in the bar. Now, a couple of things that I highly suggest people to put in the bar, first of all, is the ensembles. You can put a set together and you can go to ensembles, click on an icon and create it, and you can basically drag it to your bar. This allows you to switch between different sets a lot easier. I'm gonna give you my Feka as an example here. So my Feka is currently in a chance set. Let's say I want to go back to my Infinite Dreams. I just click on this symbol here. I know it's my Infinite Dream set and it's completely done. If I want to go back to my chance set, I just click the chance symbol. I'm back to this set as well. A couple of other things that you can add to this is like items or weapons or maybe shields or pets. For example, on my panda I have my main pet on here and my GPS mount Petsmount. And I think on my Pekka, I have the boots here because obviously I'm using class boots. But let's say I don't want to use class boots, I just can simply click on this item without opening my inventory, and it's gonna be much quicker. So another couple of things to put here is obviously Banta, Brakmar potions, recall potions. That is, if you want to spend money on that, of course, you can always use the Zaaps or the Haven bags to be able to teleport there. I also put my bread in there. Obviously, you don't want to go every time to your inventory to be able to feed yourself some bread. So I've got my HP bread and my energy stuff as well. Besides the teleportation potions, I also put the watch running slow and the watch running fast in there. For those of you who don't know, these are required to move between certain areas in the Xilorium area. So if you go questing there or run dungeons, you need them. So I put them here as well. I have some more ensembles here. Most of them aren't even complete anymore. You can put a sidekick in there as well if you need it. And maybe the sit emote to gain your health back if you don't have bread. If you're interested in using auras, you can do that as well. I don't know if they work like this. You can just put them in. You can even put smileys in there. Like a clown emoji if you're a wolf. You can put a lot of things in there. Keep in mind that if you put pretext in here, if you click on the pretext, it will always swap out the first slot in your inventory. So let's say I swap these around. I put something here like crimson. If I go and equip a pretext, it's always going to swap out the first slot. So keep in mind that's going to happen if you do it like this. Now, talking about some teleportation potions, we go straight into number 4. And that is a couple of things that I recommend having as a teleportation potion pretty much. And that is the Hupper Mage and the Heliotrope double. The Hupper Mage one is very important because a lot of questing requires you to go to the Hupper Mage Island. Having the Hupper Mage teleportation potion makes it a lot easier. The Ujinak is an option as well. And the Heliotrope, I think there's a lot of questing to be done as well there if you do the Heliocalypse quest line. So having those potions there, not necessarily to do the double of course, but just to go there for questing makes it a lot quicker and easier for you. And then you have the Otomai potion. I don't know when this got added, but back in the days I remember having to go run back and forth to Otomai a lot of the time. Having this potion makes it quicker. You can just teleport straight to the Otomai's hut. It does require you to do Might Means Right quest and be level 40 or higher, but that's quickly done. So yeah, get this potion, it's really a must. Next up you have the dimensional potions. Obviously you have the anchors. They're gonna teleport you to a dimension without having to look for or go through the dimensional portals. To be able to use this, you have to have done certain achievements. I think you have to have done the first dungeon in the area. So in this case, the Colossus dungeon for Echo Flippers. Let's see what else. For Xilorium, you have to do Fractal. For Shrambat, you have to do Captain Scarlight. And for Enurado, you have to do Brute Attacks. Just the normal dungeon, no certain achievements. And you will be able to use this potion. Keep in mind, they are gonna be quite expensive. And you're gonna be straight up teleported to the area. And I'm quickly gonna show you the Otomai potion as well. I'm gonna teleport you straight in front of the Otomai's house. You can go in and talk to Otomai. And I think the Hupper Mage one is gonna teleport you here to the island. You can just go out here. And like I said, there's a lot of quests to be done here at endgame. Then you also have the Dimensional Voyages potion as well. It's this one. If you use it, you're gonna be teleported here. If you're gonna do dimensional quests, I highly suggest to get like 100 of these potions. Every time you do quests, you have to come back here as well. There's a Zaap nearby at Rocky Roads, but if you have the potion, it's just so much quicker and so much easier. And also, I think there's like a Mariana potion. I don't know. I don't have it. I never used it because I always use the auto GPS mount to be able to run from the breeding village shop. But yeah, you can use this potion and you're gonna be teleported to Mariana's hut. If you're gonna do Dofus related quests like Emerald, Crimson, all that kind of stuff, it's really handy. Otherwise, you'll have to run to this map at -6, -3. And the closest 2 Zaaps are either Breeding Village Zaap or the Evil Forest Zaap. You can obviously run with the auto GPS mount to make it easier, but if I knew about this potion back then, I would have used the potion. I think even when I did the quest, the potion didn't even exist. And even the auto GPS mount didn't exist. So you guys, if you have to do those quests right now, these days in 2023, then it's gonna be a lot more easy for you guys. So tip number 5, if you go to the Zaap, you can favorite Zaaps. So what I did is I basically favorited all the village Zaaps. I didn't do Esther because it's still like on top of here, so you can just do whatever you want and favorite them. And if you go to like a Zaap at a random place, you can also just at the top here save Zaap, and it's gonna be your save point for the recall potions. Now let's say you go to Bonta or Brakmar. Let's see, where is it? Bonta. And you go to these Zaapies, these mini transportations. They are in all of the big cities. You can also favorite the workshop. So for me, I have the resource marketplace on top. And the hunters one, because I recently leveled my hunter to level 200. I got those on top. It's gonna make it a little bit easier, a little bit more chill, if you know what I mean. So for tip number 6 and tip number 7, we are going to Frigost City. A big portion of the game when it comes to questing and dungeons is done in Frigost. It's such a big island and so much content over here that you're gonna be spending a lot of your time over here. If you're gonna fight monsters, you can get the Lurgi. It's a state that's gonna stay with you for like 5 fights, but it stops you from allowing to talk to NPCs. So when you're questing, that's gonna be very annoying. So there's actually a quest line that you can do to permanently stop the Lurgi from happening to you. The quest is called The Illness. If you complete this, you will not get the Lurgi anymore, and you will be able to freely talk to any NPC on the island without taking the curse with you. Keep in mind there are some prerequisites that you have to do in order to get to this stage of the quest. The prerequisites are over here, and you can also use the Dofus Noobs website, which is a little bit easier to use. But yeah, the quest is called The Illness, and the prerequisites are over here on the right side of the screen. Now the next tip that I have for questing at Frigost are these skis. These skis allows you to teleport to different places. So for example, you have this one. It allows you to teleport to the entrance, the top right entrance of the city. You have the green ones that's gonna teleport you towards the imp area. This one can teleport you to all of the areas of the Frigost island. So that's gonna be a quick way to go here. Otherwise, you'll have to run from the Zaap all the way to the bottom right of the island. Using the darker ones, it will teleport you to the Royal Penguin area, the dungeon. A lot of questing has to be done here as well. So not only to go to the dungeon, but also for questing, these can be quite nice. And there's another one, I think it's this one. Also keep in mind on this map where I'm at right now, you cannot teleport. If you use the other one, you will be teleported to the Royal Master Gob dungeon. A little bit less needed for questing, but for the dungeon it's quite nice. If you want those skis as well, you will have to go to the ski maker at -82, -46. You have to pick up the quest Star Ski and Dutch. If you do this quest, which doesn't have prerequisites, so it's easy to be done, I think it's also a pretty short quest, a little bit of talking, a little bit of gathering of some resources. Once you finish this quest, there will be an NPC that's gonna sell you these skis for 50 kamas each. And yeah, they work pretty much like recall potions. You're gonna be able to teleport to some most important areas here. The most important one for me is the green ones. To teleport to the imp area. That's really nice. And of course, put these skis in your hotbar to make it a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. So tip number 8, when you go questing, usually you're gonna get some quest resources. In case of Frigost, you're gonna get Ice Gamma. And if you do some dimensional quests, you're gonna get Origor. Now, the Origors sell for a really nice amount of Gammas. You probably per dimension gonna get like 1500 of them. And they sell for like 3, 4, maybe sometimes even up to 5 KK each. So that's gonna get you like a couple of millions of Gammas if you sell them. Obviously you cannot sell them directly, you have to buy resources in order to sell them. But yeah, but in some cases you should not sell all of them. Keep a bunch of them for yourself, because you will need them later, especially with the Ice Gammas. If you are someone and you want to do a 100% completion of achievements, and you want to complete all the achievements in the game, eventually, and I'm gonna give a Frigost as an example. Let's go to the quests and let's go to Frigost Island. So yeah, this is the achievement. It's called Ingrown Nails. There's 4 quests. Back before the sidekick update, you were able to get incarnation items from this as a reward. Now you're gonna get these sidekicks. So for example, the Will Kilson sidekick, the Inferno sidekick, and I think the sticks. And there was one more. I don't think I have it. Oh yeah, this one, the Mandarin sidekick. So each of these quests require you to have 50 Ice Gammas in order to complete the quest. So that means you have to have at least 200 Ice Gammas spare. There are also some other quests that require you to buy a resource maybe. Resources that need to be bought with Ice Gammas as well. Obviously you can buy the resources from the market, but usually with the Ice Gammas it's a lot cheaper. Back when I did it, I sold all my Ice Gammas, and when I did the Ingrown Nails achievement, I had to grind 200 Ice Gammas, and I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but surely it's gonna be a pain because you have to grind and grind. And I know from a lot of you guys, you people don't like to grind, so just keep some Ice Gammas. Don't use them all, don't sell them all. You're gonna need them later. Once you finish all of the achievements and you have still some Ice Gamma left, you can sell them, no problem. But yeah, keep them. So we have 2 quick tips left. So the 9th tip is going to the settings. Going to menu, scroll all the way down, and then at tooltips you have this one. Always show theoretical roles of effects. What this does is when you go to an item either in your inventory or in the market, and you hover your mouse over the item, it's gonna show you the theoretical roles of the item. So for example, the vitality 251 to 300, the wisdom 31 to 40, and all that kind of stuff. So knowing this, you can compare items to other items much more quicker, especially when you buy items from the market. You're gonna know if the wisdom, for example, is good. Another way to do this is to hold, I think, shift or control. But this is just a lot more easier because it's gonna always show on the items. And it's also like just nicer when you go and do some maging or want to compare different items. So for example, if I have 2 rings and I just open them like this, put them next to each other, I can like compare the stats without holding any other keys, and it's just a little bit easier. Another like quick side tip. Back in the days you had to click on an item and share the item in the chat. Keep in mind you can just hold shift and click on the item. A lot of things in the game can be done by holding shift and then clicking on an item. Then we have one more tip, and that is to install mods to be able to switch your accounts at the bottom of your screen. Now you cannot see it on the video actually, because the screen is cut off below it. But for everyone who knows, when you open the Dofus, you play multiple accounts. Usually, I think it started with Windows 10. I'm currently running on Windows 11. All the Dofus tabs are stacked onto each other. You could not change the order of your accounts played. And for example, if there was like this glitch where the order would bug out, you had to relog your entire team, which would be quite annoying. But yeah, I installed some mods. I'm gonna show you quickly on this. I might also make a separate video on this as well later. So what I did, I installed Windhawk. So with this, you have a lot of mods that you can install for your Windows PC. I only installed one, and it's this one that you can see. it's disable grouping on the taskbar. So what this basically means, so if you have, for example, the Internet Explorer or anything like that open, if you open another one, they're gonna get stacked onto each other. So this allows you to, this is basically gonna like detach them from each other. But what I also found out that when it's detached, then you can also change the order of them. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So for example, if I wanna change around the initiative order of my Vaccin and my Ungroup, I can just swip them at the bottom, which sadly you cannot see on the video, but having this on, this mod on is gonna make it a lot easier to multi-account. And I'll probably make a separate video on this as well, to make it easier for people to find about this. But yeah, I thought it was worth including in this video. So yeah, that's my tip number 10. If these tips are helpful for you guys, let me know in the comments below. Also, if I missed something very important that you want other people to know, comment below to help other people improve their gameplay. And yeah, I wanna ask you guys to like the video if this was helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.